Hey guys, first regards in here, I'll be talking about the brand new Heroic White Scars Chainsword Space Marine 2 Patch 13 and the best build setups for this thing and just how this one actually works. Now, the White Scars Chainsword is in my opinion the best chainsword in the game currently for a couple reasons. Number one, this is an 8-speed chainsword with the defense type block that opens up a ton of opportunities for you to recover HP, stagger enemies, and just do a tremendous amount of damage. And the heroic perk effect here is called Fury of Chigoris. Adrenaline Surge stacks are increased to 3. The third stack is a higher damage bonus, but the bonus for the second stack is reduced. Now, normally on block weapons, you will get a 30% damage buff on your next attack with like a lingering effect for 2.2 seconds for like the first Adrenaline Surge charge you get, and the second one will give you a 90% buff, but this one will give you a 30% buff on the first perfect block, a 70% buff on the second, and a 150 on the third, which comes out to like a 1.52 damage increase or so. So a really strong option. It's definitely worth going for all 3 stacks on this weapon. And the big benefit of the block chainsword here is that number one, you can actually combo skip into your perks like Reverberating Impact for a stomp before you run out of Adrenaline Surge charges, and you're also able to do things like one combo Extremis on the tactical even with perks like Extremis Slayer, so I will be showing that today. But a huge thing on this weapon is that you need to be using the combo skip with full throttle. I will give a full guide on this in this video as well, but like the combo skip is fundamental to like half the combos of this weapon, so you definitely want to learn this one. Now, the first thing I want to talk about this before we go into the actual gameplay and combo section is the perk tree. Now, when you are playing the tactical or vanguard class, you generally want to set it up this way because the perk down here, Extremis Slayer, this is required to actually hit the breakpoint to one combo in Extremis on absolute and hard strats. Without this, it is very hard to reach that breakpoint without things like the Retribution perk for a 30% melee damage buff while your magazine is empty, and because of that, we do predominantly build it this way. Now, the rest of the perk tree here is starting off Perpetual Strength first, we here into the perk Swift Recovery. Heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks: Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, and Stomp. Now, because you have an 8 speed on this weapon, getting double CHP recovery on every heavy attack is super valuable for maintaining HP, and really powerful on classes like Vanguard that already have a 50% increase to their contested health recovery in melee, so a really strong perk option here. Now, the next perk here is Perpetual Strength, up here into the perk Perpetual Strength again. Then we pick up the perk here, Reverberating Impact. Stomp AoE radius increases by 50%. Now, like I mentioned before, with the combo skip, you can skip into a stomp before you actually run out the damage bonus from the Fury of Chigoris stack, so really nice to have that extra AoE radius here because this also helps out with Horde Clear a ton. And then move here into the perk Combined Onslaught for 10% more melee damage on light combos, and then we go down here into the perk Heavy Onslaught, Full Throttle for the combo skip, and then we pick up Minora's Slayer and Extremis Slayer for tactical and vanguard. Now, if you are playing Assault and Bulwark, you can still one combo Extremis without this perk because they are built different. You can go up here for things like Majora's Slayer because you have things like Overcharge built into your Prestige perk tree, and these are 20% multiplicative melee damage buffs to just like doing your heavy attacks, which is super nice. Now, for the final perk row option you could take, you could go all the way down here into Momentum Gain because this one says each consecutive light attack increases light attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. This is a okay perk. It's like way worse than it sounds initially though, in my opinion, because usually on the White Scars Chainsword, you will be using the combo skip all the time, which is like all heavy attacks, and heavy attacks are still like predominantly good on this weapon compared to the lights, even though you have an 8 speed. Like the animation recovery on your heavy attacks is benefiting from the speed anyways, so the light combos not super strong here, but you can definitely pick this up if you wanted to. It helps out occasionally, and that's pretty much all there is for the Chainsword perk tree setup. Now, as far as the combo and combo skip are concerned, we're going to be showing that now. Now, the first thing I'm going to show here is the combo skip because this is pretty much fundamental to every single combo you do on the White Scars Chainsword. So normally, when you want to get a stomp or a bash, you go like 1, 2, bash, or 1, 2, 3, stomp. And if you use the combo skip here, you will simply go from like one slap into a bash, or one slap, one light into a stomp. Now, all you have to do to perform the combo skip is take the full throttle perk for the charge up attack like this, but instead of doing a normal charge attack like we're doing here, what we're going to do is lightly hold the melee attack button to perform this attack instead. Now, this little swipe, this counts as 2 light attacks for the purposes of your combo, so we can go from a light attack here into a bash if you hold down the button again, or you can go from this little slap into a light into a stomp, which allows us to hit those breakpoints on actually using our full combo before we run out of Adrenaline Surge stacks. And another reason this is very valuable is that in Space Marine 2, every single time you perfect parry or perfect block an enemy, they will have like a little yellow sheen on them that I will show here in a second to do even more damage to the enemy. So here, as you can see, every time you parry the enemy, there's a little yellow sheen around them. This is an exposed weakness debuff on them, basically, that increases their damage taken by 50%. And with the combo skip here, we were able to get our full damage potential off before that debuff actually runs out, which means you're doing way more damage and you're able to do your heaviest attacks before you actually, lose the effect on the enemies. So a really powerful option that also allows you to actually hit the breakpoints to one-shot the Extremis that I'll show in a combo now. All we have to do is just stack all 3 charges of Adrenaline Surge and then hit them with the shoulder bash combo skip into a light bash, and that will kill them on both hard strats and absolute difficulty. Now, this will not work for lictors in my experience because lictors get a damage reduction when they dodge around all the time, and melee or the missile can terminators, they just don't give you 3 opportunities to get stacks like this, so it's pretty hard to do. But that is why the combo skip is so valuable, though I will say, if you are playing the Assault or the Bulwark, you don't actually have to do the final 2 light combos here. You could literally just go shoulder bash, wait for a delay, and shoulder bash again because they're just built different. But that's what you have to do for things like Pack and Vanguard is this combo with shoulder bash, light, shoulder bash. And a big benefit of the Adrenaline Surge charges on block weapons in general is that you will get a lingering effect here for the stagger as well for 2.2 seconds after triggering the initial explosion, and that will apply to these light attacks as well, and stagger stuff like the Hell Root. So pretty strong there, and hopefully this gave you an idea on how to actually kill these guys. Now for the Stomp combo is exactly the same. All we have to do is just stack up our block charges, and then once we go into our combo skip, just do a light into a stomp, and you get the full damage buff of your Jagoras before the stacks actually run out and you reach your stomp. And that's pretty much all there is for the combos on the Chainsword here. And that is pretty much everything there is to the White Scar's Chainsword that you would need to know. Now, if you do not know how block weapons work at all as a defense type, I do have a full defense type guide on this channel that will explain everything that is non-specific to this weapon. But as far as the White Scar's Chainsword is concerned, that is pretty much everything you need to know about the best setups for this, unlike most of the classes. Now, I will say, you don't have to take Heightened Vigor here if you don't want to. The 10% melee damage buff here is just pretty nice. But as far as the no knockback is concerned, this is the main reason I take this perk, because no knockback will just allow you to just hit things like the melee terminators much more easily and actually get to that combo skip, because without that you do occasionally get cooked, which it does suck. So for that reason I do take this. And also on absolute difficulty and hard strats, there is a little bit of a discrepancy on some of the breakpoints, so having a bit of extra damage does help there. And also the Assault and Bulwark, they really don't care because they just have so much melee damage anyway, so they hit breakpoints no matter what. But hopefully this guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and watch me live to ask me questions about the game and just come hang out. You can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye.